Started. Good morning, Texas, and all of friends of Texas. It's, I think, week number 14, or thereabouts. And it is a gloomy time in Texas, but we do have a really sunny guest from Orlando, Florida. Here in a little bit, Miss Emily will join us. Before I get started, really quick, any shout outs, any gratitude, or any announcements that I need to go over? This is your chance to put your hand up and let me know. Otherwise, we're going to keep on going. I'm going to put in the chat. Valencia is coming to Austin, Texas. And she is coming to Austin, Texas next Friday. So I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the chat. If you are joining us, oh, wrong. That's actually if you want to join us on our Zoom. That is not the one you want to go with. Do not go there. I mean, you could if you really want to. Let me put the Eventbrite in the chat for you. That's what we're really looking for. If you want to join us for Valencia's Converted on the Road, it will be next Friday. We'll have breakfast tacos, and you are welcome to join us in Austin. If you're in San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, the Valley, Midland, wherever you want to drive in from, you're welcome to it. And let us know if you're coming from out of town so that we know, so that we can hang out with you. All right. Last shout out, Joseph Madrid. Not sure if you're on the call, but happy 5 year anniversary. Really great to see it. Really glad to have it. That was really cool. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and spotlight you, Emily.
Oh boy.
Yeah, right. It's just me and you this morning. Um, this morning, you guys, Emily is so great. She's so gracious. And she says, I think you got me confused with someone else. And like the other person is also an Emily. And the other person also is a queen of networking. So I don't know how I got two queens of networking and your notes uh different, but you actually sold more houses than the other Emily your first year. So like I saw that and I was like, we're doing great. This is awesome. So I'll just get started with that. Background, Emily, like how'd you get into real estate?
For sure. And you made me think I need to reach out to Emily and be like, we need to just tag team these conversations. Everybody can get two Emily's.
You for the price of one.
That's it. So I have a unique welcome to real estate story. I've been in real estate since I was 14 years old. My dad, I'm from a very small town. My dad owned a real estate company, so I did like little stuff around the office for him, but I actually did open houses at 14 years old by myself. And so it was kind of a quirky thing, but since we were from such a small town, you were allowed to host an open house as long as you didn't discuss real estate. You didn't have to have a license. So I would sit at a house, this was pre cell phones. And if somebody came in that really wanted information, I would get my dad on the landline at his open house and he would drive over and help them. So I've been doing this since I was 14. I got licensed at 18 and I've always been in real estate. So I started off as an assistant and I have worked every role. I've been a transaction coordinator, director of ops, sales manager, and agent.
Are you selling in the town, in the small town you grew up in?
No, I am not. I am very far from. I grew up in a tiny town. Everybody knows Joshua Tree National Park, so I'm from Joshua Tree in Yucca Valley. My dad does still sell there, but I moved all the way across the country, and I'm in Florida.
Okay, so I guess that's probably where everyone's like, okay, we went to a big city now, and you sold 21 homes in your first year in a city where they didn't know you, that you didn't, they didn't know, they didn't even care that you were doing
Yeah.
open houses at 14. 21 houses to sell, like here in the Texas area, 4 homes a year is considered average, so 21 is above average. What'd you do early on when you moved to Orlando? I mean, Joshua Tree was awesome and you learned a lot, but like nobody cares when you're in Orlando.
Yeah, and I will say The gap in between that is I when I did all my work as an assistant and all that, that was in Las Vegas. So I worked for a top team in Las Vegas and actually did short sales. That's what our bread and butter was, is during the recession. We were the number one short sale team in the state of Nevada. So done a lot of distressed properties. And so when I moved here, it was because that market shifted. And I figured if I'm going to be a regular agent selling regular homes, not distressed properties, Las Vegas wasn't my lifelong dream. So when I moved here, I knew three people in the state of Florida. So I didn't even know anybody when I moved here, and networking is what got me to where I'm at today. So I'm a big people person. I have a huge personality. I love talking to people. So I just infiltrated different groups and was very quickly able to build my business that way.
Okay, so you had to reinvent yourself.
Yes.
And not because what you were doing before wasn't valuable, it just you were ready for something new. You didn't want to be a short sale agent anymore. That identity was gone.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so then what'd you do? You're over there, saying, I networked my way to deals. What do you actually mean to network your way to deals? Because we hear that and we think we're just going to show up somewhere and pass out some business cards.
Yeah. Oh no, I wish it was that easy. That would be amazing if that's how it works. And I think that's how most people do network. So I strategically found different groups that I felt like would build my business. And so one of which I am still a member of today, we have I know every city has them. It's invited clubs. Here it's called the Citrus Club. But I joined that. It's a business networking club, kind of like a country club, and I joined that, and that's where I built some of the, that was 12 years ago or 10 years ago, and that's where I built some of the relationships that I still have today that are the foundation of my business. And so when I consider networking, it's not just meeting somebody and handing them my card, it's getting to know who they are as a person, and learning what their needs are and how I can fill that void for them, and what can I do to help them better themselves, and in return they're going to help me better myself.
Okay, so jumping into that, you mentioned Citrus Club, right?
Yeah.
So that was like a paid for thing, right? Where you're probably the only agent, or has
No, there
oh,
was a ton of realtors that are in
oh, okay.
there,
Oh,
and
so you're competing.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all
And so,
right.
and I actually became friends with the other realtors that were, so I would sometimes just go hang out with them. But I think there's ample opportunity for everybody, and there's a personality for everybody. And so, I've never considered another agent my competition because I feel there's plenty of business to go around. And so it's just finding that right fit. And I do know that I'm very personable. And so I know 90% of the time I am going to be the right fit, but it's, um,
Love the confidence.
yeah.
Other than the Citrus Club, let's either go back or even today. What are other networking groups or communities that you felt were productive for you?
Yeah, definitely. So one thing that I think people need to focus on is being true to yourself. So being who you are and finding commonality with other people is the best way to for me for networking. So meetup groups are a great opportunity. If you like cooking and somebody else likes cooking, you get to meet someone new, and you could be their go-to person. Right now, run club. I joined a run club. I don't even run. Like, I definitely don't run. I found a run club that people walk, so I walk with them. But just by being part of that group, I've gotten multiple deals, and there are a couple realtors in that group, but I'm consistent. I show up every week. I've gotten to know them as a person, and the byproduct of that is anytime someone talks about real estate, they know, because they're seeing my social media or they're hearing me talk about it, that I'm knowledgeable at what I do, and that they feel confident in referring me to other people.
What do you actually do at a networking event, whether it's a formal or informal one, that turns it into an actual business opportunity? Like, how do you move from like that casual, like eventy type of surface level conversation into an actual relationship? Like, what does that look like?
That's a great question. One thing I'll say is we are very fortunate to be in an industry that everybody always has a question. So I never have to be like, oh, I'm in real estate. Here's why you should use me, blah, 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 blah. Because if I say I'm in real estate, somebody's going to be like, how's the market right now? Or they're going to ask me some real estate question. What I always recommend is getting their information, but then setting that follow-up appointment. So setting a one-on-one, whether it's coffee or lunch or something, or even a phone call if that's the best way to do it. But then getting to know them as a person. Again, I'm a big relationship person, so my tactics are a little different than others, but I want to know who you are and welcome you into my world. And the byproduct of that tends to be real estate. But getting to know them first is always, building that foundation and building that relationship, and then the real estate comes down the road.
So do you go to events and hope just something comes out of it? Like, what's your mind? Do you have a mindset around, like, if you go to Run Club, are you just going to have fun, or is there like intentionality at all behind it? Like, do you just want to go walk with people, or
It's a mix of both. So in the beginning, there's intentionality. I'm going because I'm trying to build relationships and connect with those people that I think are going to be a good fit for me and my business. So anytime I go to a new event, I'm looking for 2 to 3 people that I feel I can connect with and build a stronger relationship with and get real estate from them down the road. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're the person that's going to work with me, but it could be some, like, I have people that I've never done a deal with, but they praise my name and refer me to anybody and everybody that asks about real estate. So always, like, my goal is always 2 to 3 people from any event and be building a relationship with them.
okay? So then, do you just kind of like, if real estate comes up, do you just like casually talk about it and just hope for the best? Are you like how intense are you, or how totally informal are you?
I'm a lot more informal. I would say other Emily's probably a little more intense. She's very direct about it. I am very informal about it. And the reason for me is because that's just worked. And I still stay connected. So even though I'm not like, who do you know that needs to buy and sell today? Right? Like, I'm still massaging that relationship over time and checking in and having conversations, and I do politely, ask if they have anybody that has a real estate need as I build that relationship, but it's not my first couple conversations. It, that's,
If you and I were like in a conversation at Run Club
yeah.
later today, like and this is the first time we've met. Like, what is it like? What's like an informal, like, chill way? Like, how do you go about it? Like, if you wanted to sort of bring it up.
Oh, that's a good one. So, hey, Adelina, like, it's so great to meet you. What brought you to Run Club today?
Oh man, I had a new baby, so I'm just trying to get back in shape.
Totally fair. There's actually a few people in here that are in that same boat. Have you met them yet?
No, what?
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know if you met Kaylee over here, but she has 2 kids at home, and so she's been trying to get back on that, back in the exercise game. So she walks with us sometimes, and lately she has been running, which is great. What do you do? What do you do when you're not at Run Club or being a mom?
I mean, that's usually taking up a lot of my time right now. Professionally, I love business, so I do different things in business.
Oh, very cool. Like, what types of things?
Sometimes, in the past I've dabbled in real estate.
No way. You dabbled in real estate? I know what I do. Tell me more about that.
What if I had said, I am an attorney,
Okay, awesome. Well, what type of law do you practice?
family law.
Oh, very cool. How long have you been doing that?
Gosh, 17 years, long time.
Holy cow. Yeah, no kidding. I bet you've seen some stories and seen some things.
I have, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm in real estate, and sometimes I do feel like that's family law.
I love that. Okay, I wanted everybody to hear how cute and natural that goes. Okay, I guess just a follow up to this, how do you get info from them without being awkward?
I use social media. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I always am like, oh my gosh, are you on Instagram? Like, let's connect, and then we'll connect on there. And then that's how, or I'll ask, like, do you have a phone number? Like, maybe we could grab coffee and chat a little more and get to know each other. So sometimes I'll get their phone number that way, but I always, always, always connect on social because then that gives me a chance to follow up with them if they don't give me contact information. But then also now they get to see all the things that I do.
How soon do you follow up?
Next day.
Okay, so the next day. Okay, so
Yeah,
I meet you at Run Club tomorrow. Are you sliding into my DMs?
I am. I'm right
Okay.
there.
What do you say?
Just, hey, it was so great meeting you yesterday. I really liked learning, your story and a little more about you. I'd love to sit down and have coffee or just maybe hop on a phone call and connect a little more.
What do people say back?
They'll say yes. I just did that. So Tuesday I went to an event. It was an entrepreneurs and innovators event. I was at a table just chatting, like I chat around the room chatting with people, and I didn't even talk to this girl. We just like she heard me talking to someone and she grabbed me and she's like, "Hey, I want to talk to you. I'm considering buying an investment property." And I didn't even talk to her. Like she just heard me say I'm in real estate. And I messaged her. She had asked me a couple things about just Orlando stuff. And I said, "Oh, you've got to check this out. What's your social media? I'll share with you a couple pages. That would be really good," because she had just moved to the area. And then literally next day messaged her and said, "It was so great meeting you. When can we sit down and I can talk with you and your husband about real estate and see what those next steps would look like?"
Okay, so I think what I'm hearing then, um, you're really friendly, which a lot of our agents are friendly. Like friendliness is an awesome trait to have, but you figured out how to turn friendliness into a business.
Yes.
And it sounds like what you're doing is you're friendly on the front end, and then you follow up the next day, and then you are asking for business, and not necessarily business. You're asking to go deeper into a relationship.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that fair?
Yeah, and I would say I've not everybody is gonna do it the way that I do it, right? But there's like the relationship to me is the most important because that's what's gonna give you return business time over time over time. So the way that I've built everything is you like once you're in my real estate world, unless for some reason like we just cannot connect, you're part of our family. So I just had a birthday party, and I would say 50% of the people at my birthday party were people that I've done real estate with. So you like once we've done deals together, we are in relationship together and that relationship never leaves.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so let's say, okay, you follow up and you're like, hey, we should connect. Love to like take you out to coffee or lunch or, just go to the next run club, whatever you guys do out there in Orlando. Um, like, what does follow up look past that?
Sure. Yeah, like being consistent, just like any type of lead that comes in. I'll give you another one. I was sitting there having lunch. This guy overhears me talking about real estate, and he's like, "Oh, at the Citrus Club, actually." And he's like, "Oh, you're in real estate? Can I tell you my scenario?" Long story, he actually has an agent, but he never signed. And I asked that. So he says, "I think I want to work with you." And I said, "Okay, great." We leave, exchange contact information. I have been following up with this guy, and he does not respond to me at all. Like, great conversation. So I run into him a couple days ago, and he's at the club, and he's like, "Oh my gosh." And I said, "Oh my gosh, is your phone broken?" And I just straight called him out. I was like, luckily I'm a girl and I'm actually used to ghosting, so this isn't weird for me, but I look forward to you responding to me the next time that I talk to you. And now I've got an appointment with him and his wife. So
Oh,
you have to like not take it personally when someone doesn't respond to you and know that we all have life going on and we do it to other people too. So if I don't hear from them, I just hit them up again and I hit them up again. But if it's somebody new, I try to hit them weekly until I have an established cadence with them. And then I know, okay, should I be following up with them monthly? Do I do a little check-in? Do I, set a hard appointment? Like, where is it that I'm going to fit in with this person?
so what you're not doing is you're not taking a big list of people. You're not taking everyone from Run Club or everyone from the Citrus Club. You're talking about two to three specific people that you had connections with that day, and that's who you're moving through the process.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
So I'm understanding it
Yeah.
correctly. So it is a numbers game, but it's very much a quality game for that day.
Yep.
That's why
Exactly.
when you ask for a coffee date or a lunch or a next something, like the chance of them saying yes is very high.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Um, Asking for the appointment, that feels uncomfortable. You literally had one conversation with them, maybe, or maybe two. Like, how do you overcome that? Like, how do you overcome any discomfort, or do you have any discomfort, or what's your mindset around it?
Well, for me, I'm coming out from like a place of care, right? So when I'm asking for the appointment, I'm not asking for the appointment to see how they can help me. I want to get to know who they are and how we can help each other. So I don't really have a fear over that. It's just, hey, I really liked meeting you. I could see where, there's some things that we could do together that I might be able to help your business and maybe you can help mine. I'd love to get together and sit down with you and see what that looks like. And most of the time I'm a big law of reciprocity person. So I want to reach out and see how can I help you? Because in return, they are definitely going to want to help me too. And again, if it's the right fit, it's the right fit. If it's not the end of the world. I maybe gained a new friend out of it.
That sounds really doable. It sounds really natural, right? I really like meeting you, Emily. Love to see how I can help you in the future, right? That's like the mindset behind it. You're not coming across salesy to me. Are you salesy?
No, not at all. And I will say it's also the environment you put yourself in. Everybody, if you're at a networking event, we're all expecting to be networking and changing contact information and setting follow-up appointments. Like that's expected from those. The other ones like Run Club or something that maybe is not so businessy, you got to finesse that a little bit more. But if you're at a business networking event, that everybody knows that that's each other's goal is that we are all here to see how each other can help our businesses. And so those can be a little quicker and easier to convert to a follow-up appointment.
If you were going to like a church thing, or if you were going to, a foodie thing, or if you were going to like, maybe a Latina thing, like, is there something that you would do differently, or does this go across everything?
Everything. I use it in every aspect of my life. My favorite is even baby showers, bridal part. Like normally I get invited again, like I become friends with most of these people that I work with. But if a client's like, hey, come to my baby shower, I'm gonna be at that baby shower and they're gonna be like, oh my God, this is my realtor that got me my house. And then I'm gonna be same goal, 2 to 3 people from the baby shower that I'm gonna capture their information or a bridal shower or whatever it could be. Because I've got a live person right here praising me in front of them. Like, why not take advantage of that opportunity?
I think what I hear the lesson being is if all of us or any of us, basically, an agent doesn't need to look like everyone else, but what they need to do is have a repeatable relationship building strategy.
Yeah.
We're laughing because you're like, well, good thing I'm not talking about FISBOs today, and your strategy is just as valid as anyone else's strategy because it is repeatable and it is relationship building. Okay, how do you know when to transition from just building rapport to moving the relationship forward?
That's a good one. I'm a big like feels person, right? Like I'm gonna know if our chemistry or our if this is gonna go somewhere or if I'm just wasting my time. So after a couple interactions with the person and getting to know how they operate or who they are or things like that, I'll go, like this person, I don't see myself getting business from this person. So not gonna be like throw them out, but I'm not gonna actively pursue building a strong relationship with this person. Whereas there's some people I connect so fast with that I know if I can deepen and have a strong conversation and teach them how to send me business, they're going to be one of my biggest advocates. And so I'm going to pour a lot more time and energy into those. But for me, that's all gut instinct and like just learning. You have to know who your avatar is, who your ideal person is, and then you're just hunting for that person. Doesn't mean the others aren't just as valid or as important, but those are the ones that I'm like, I know this style person is gonna praise me from the rooftop, so I have to find this person, and that's how I attack that.
Okay, so the networking event was just step one. Like the money is in the follow up with your avatar.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Got
And
it.
that's everything, right? The money's
Yeah,
always in the follow-up.
it always is, but just for clarity's sake, it's not like you're walking there and they're like, "Yes, I want to buy a house."
No.
Woohoo! Are you closing deals from relationships you started building in those early years, or do is it a one and done? What does that look like?
No, so most of the people that I establish, especially like those first few years here, I usually do multiple deals. So I've just closed on a house yesterday that for them personally, that was our third transaction together. They have referred me 7 other deals that I've closed over those years. A couple that came to my house with them, I've closed 9 deals over the last 10 years from when I met them. And I just, with them, I go to their house and play board games. Like, so that's my networking is I go to their family events and I hang out with them and their family, and then those people all talk to me about stuff. So I get to enjoy personal and professional and turn each of those things into something.
For those of us, Emily, who, are not new to our areas, right? Like we have opportunity in our phone and people are like, uh, the people that we already know, right? Most of us have so much opportunity just in the people that we know. Do you have like any coaching that you tell your agents? Like what's your coaching on like just people we know?
I just talk to them like real person, like real people. It's not you're trying to push them for real estate. You're just trying to establish and build that relationship that you already have. I don't have kids. I think if I did, all of you with kids, like that is a prime opportunity to dive into their activities, the other parents, their social lives, and build that network of people that could be an advocate for you in real estate. Most people trust some, like a mother. Most people are going to trust a mom who has kids. Like, use that to your advantage and use that relationship to build your network of people that could be advocates for you. I mean, that one's a great one. But I think we get very scared of having that conversation with people we know, because sometimes, like, I'm guilty of it all the time, of imposter syndrome, or maybe I don't want to disappoint them, or I don't want, something to go south and then it ruin our relationship, or I don't want them to feel like I'm constantly asking them for business. But people, they want to see you win and they want to see you thrive. And if you're asking them, or not even asking, but if you're telling them how that works, some people think we get paid hourly and we're just out there, living our best life. They don't understand like how we get compensated or how we get business. So letting people know, hey, what would be really awesome? And I don't know if you understand like how my business works, but if you're talking to someone and they're looking for someone to, they're looking to buy or sell a house, I would love it if you would put them in touch with me. I don't know if you know the horror stories that happen out there, but there are some terrible agents, and I would hate to find out that your friend went with somebody that took advantage with them when we could have made sure that they had the best experience ever. So if you could do me that favor and just keep an ear open so that when you do hear somebody that's looking to buy or sell, that you could send them my way, I would love to be that person for you.
Okay, I've got a weird follow-up question because your background wasn't that you were a realtor forever, right? Like you were an
Yeah.
assistant, you were your dad was in real estate, you did short sales. And I liken that to I think a lot of our agents already have a pre-built identity before they start in real estate. And man, switching that identity feels really hard when they have to talk about it to other people. Like, how can someone build confidence around the fact that, okay, I don't do TV shows, I don't teach anymore, I'm not an attorney anymore, I'm not in IT anymore. Now I'm in real estate and like actually talking, it's almost like we're embarrassed or I don't know what the deal is, but we do not want to shift our identity to the people we know. Like that is scary.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. I would say I think the biggest fear is lack of knowledge, because there's so much to know in real estate. And so a lot of agents feel that because they don't know everything, it's hard to have that conversation and feel valid asking somebody to pay you 3% of a purchase price when you don't feel that you have earned the right for that, or that you have the knowledge base for that. I'm a firm believer that real estate, the job is the byproduct of what we do. But if you're building relationship and you're putting that person before you and doing the best that you can for that person, they're going to think that, they wouldn't know any different, and they would be worshiping you because you care. And I think that's the part that we need to focus on, is as long as we're caring for that person from an education standpoint, you can learn everything from your phone in 2 seconds. So but building that relationship and establishing that trust is the most important part of our job. And the actual real estate salesy part of it, is a byproduct of that.
If someone went to get serious about networking, if this hits close to home to somebody, like what are some tips of what they should do next?
I would say have a plan. With anything, you need a plan. So pick how many events. I go to 2 to 3 events a week because that's my main lead generator. So 2 to 3 events a week with a goal of 2 to 3 people, full contact, information that I feel I'm going to connect with. Any more than that is great. But then making sure that you're following up with those, but making sure that you have a plan around it. And just like anything else, it's a numbers game. If you're going to 2 to 3 events and you're only getting one person, then maybe you need to go to 6 events. So it's how many good contacts are you getting, and how do you implement that into your real estate system?
I love that. I think the thing that I take away from our conversation is um, you're not socializing. I mean, you are, but you're not, right? You're not just meeting people. What you're doing is you're building a database.
Yeah.
And like law number one of sales, build a database, follow up with it, feed it consistently, and close the deals that come from it. And if I was going to take it into like networking, it's build your database with the people that you had good one-on-one connections with, follow up with those one-on-one, whether that's a phone call, whether it's a text, whether it's a DM, ask for the appointment, move the business forward, and then turn that human connection into those consistent closings. And so I think what Emily has done is she's gone from being likable. You are such a likable person, but you've gone from likable to proactive. And that is the key. And I love, love, love to hear it. Um, how can we stay connected with you? How do you want us to follow you anywhere?
Yeah. All my socials are at MCells Florida. And my team's on here. So obviously, if you know anybody looking to buy or sell in Orlando, we are here for you guys. And likewise with Texas, we've got you. And then our real estate team page is AFG Realtors.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, hang on, I'll
Well,
type it in the chat for you.
that would be awesome. Really excited to have had you on here, Emily. A lot of us love people, and it's taking it from a love of people or a friendliness to a proactive business intent. And I think you've gone from socializing to like actually networking as a business. I think that's really cool. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, telling us your superpower and how we can also implement that superpower. We will think of you for Orlando, and we wish you and your team the very best. Um,
Oh,
Texas. If you got anything out of this, I would implement it here in the next, 10 minutes. Like put something on your calendar in the next 10 minutes. You will just be floored at what you can accomplish if you put things into action faster. Um,
and feel free to call me anytime. I am an open door, here to help with anything I can.
I love that. I love that. Thank you, Emily. Texas, we love you. We'll see you later. Bye, guys. Have a
Bye,
good one.
guys. Thank you.